Oh God. Hello. I don't even know what I'm laughing for. God.
Well, hello everyone. Long time no see. It's been a long minute since I've been here. I'm sorry for my absence. I just want to say, first of all, that I am filming in my shed at the end of the garden. So, I don't know if you can hear the birds tweeting. There's birds tweeting in the background, and I'm very aware of my neighbour pottering around in his shed. His shed is right next to mine, so I'm just really self-conscious that he might be able to hear me. But anyway, on with the video. How are you guys? I just wanted to make this video and share with you what I've been up to over the last 6 months. I've been suffering a bit of YouTube anxiety. I'm naturally quite an anxious person anyway. I've had lots of ideas and videos that I want to put out and share with you guys, but it just seems like the more I've been thinking about these ideas and putting them out there on this platform, the more anxious I feel and the more like I judge myself. Aaron keeps saying to me, oh, don't compare yourself to others, but I watch a heck of a lot of YouTube myself. Like, I don't really watch television anymore. If I watch anything, I watch my favourite YouTubers, and I know that they've been in the game for a long time, so it makes it easier for them to do. I am aware that the more I film these videos, the more I'll get used to doing it, but I've just developed a fear. I wanted to break the cycle, so I'm back. Oh my god, I've hit 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for anyone that has subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed but you watch my videos, thank you for all the views and everything. That's quite a milestone. Is that someone at the door? Oh no, it's the wind. That's absolutely amazing. I wouldn't have thought anyone will watch my videos, but I'm forever grateful for that, so thank you. And also I met a subscriber, which was the most insane, bizarre, like surreal thing for me, you know, considering that I'm quite a small YouTuber already. In the big scheme of things, I'm just a little fish in a big pond. So to actually be spotted by someone, just like really, like, I was so caught off guard. I was just in Primark just shopping, and I saw a lady like walk past out the corner of my eye, and then she came back and then she squatted down and she looked at me and she said to me, oh, are you that girl of YouTube? And I was like, yeah. I didn't know how to like react. And she was like, oh my god, I watch your videos, I love your videos. And I was just really like awkward. I was just like, oh my god, thank you, that's amazing, lovely to meet you. And I like threw my arms around her, so we both had a little cud. It just goes to show what a small world we live in. But I just found that like really surreal. You know, like how you get starstruck? I was actually substruck, if you can call it that, like subscriber struck. I don't know if there's such a thing. Well, it is a thing now, but that's how I felt, like wow. So, oh, thank you. You know who you are. I can't remember your name, sorry. I'm sure you'll forgive me because it was quite a few months back, but thanks for coming up and saying hello to me. That was amazing. So I'm just putting it out there. If any of you do see me, like, please, like, come and say hi. Also, I just want to say a big thank you to those of you who have messaged me via Instagram. It's so sweet, and I just feel so like special, like when you inbox me on Instagram just to ask how I am and that you miss my videos. It just makes me feel so loved, and it just makes me want to pursue this YouTube thing. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I'll try and leave a link below. My Instagram is MishMashMum. Yeah, also another thing that was quite amazing is that I was contacted by a well-known TV channel. I was just sifting through my email and I got an email off yeah, this TV company, and I can't say too much about it really, but and I hate myself for saying this. I always used to think, why do people mention these things at all if they're not going to say, if they can't say anything about it? But it is quite special and I am quite excited, so I did want to share it with you. And there's been a lot of filming going on in this house, like on and off. So that's been quite disruptive to our family dynamics and stuff. So it's been quite, you know, a big thing that I've been doing, I suppose, over the last few months. So that's why I thought I'd share it with you. So yeah, exciting things coming. This show should be airing sometime next year. We haven't got a set date yet as we're still like in the process of filming and everything. But it's really exciting and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, me? Why me? I was headhunted basically. We celebrated my mum's birthday, but I'm going to give you a quick backstory. My mum turned 80 last year, which is just amazing. She's such a feisty little character. I don't know if some of you have seen my mum on a video. She was in one of my vlogs. I can't remember the name of the vlog, but I'll try and link it below. She's a force to be reckoned with. I absolutely adore my mum. But anyway, it was her 80th birthday last year, and neither me or my sister could attend her 80th birthday do. And it was a do that her church had organised for her. And my mum's the kind of person where she really doesn't like the fuss. But they organised this party for her at her church, which is, it's just a church hall. It hasn't got a very big congregation or anything, but the pastor wanted to make a fuss over my mum. So it was quite a nice occasion last year. Everyone wore white and stuff, but unfortunately my sister had commitments, so she couldn't go and I couldn't go, and it just broke my heart. I saw some photographs of my mum's celebrations last year and she was like really upset, like, because all she wanted was both her daughters or some members of her family to be around her on a special day, as I'm sure you can imagine. And there was no one there and she was really upset. And even every time I talk about it, I get a lump in my throat because I just wish things could have been done so differently. Basically, because I felt so guilty about not attending her birthday last year, I thought that this year I'd organise a little do for her here at the house, like have a barbecue, because her birthday is in June, so it's like nice weather, invite her friends and have a secret like surprise do here for her. Then when I spoke to my sister was like, well, you know, Mum, it be quite a complicated thing to do, getting phone numbers and keeping it a secret and blah blah blah. So anyway, we scrapped that idea, and my sister said, let's just go to Mum's church. Like, she'll be equally as surprised, as we've never been to her church before. We thought, oh, that would be quite a nice thing to do. So that's exactly what we did. And it was all very hush-hush, and I contacted the church and spoke to the pastor. We had got to the church before my mum did. We had to make sure of that. And then we were hidden in a room, and it was just so funny. There was just like a lot of ducking and diving around. I had the kids with me, so there were 5 of us. It was me, my sister Joyce, Eli, Ashton and Saya. And yeah, we were kind of put in a room and hidden in there, and we had to wait for her to come, and we could see her pottering around the church because she helps like lay out tables and chairs and stuff like that. So we could see her, but she couldn't see us. And anyway, one of her good friends there, we'd never met her before. It's the first day we met anyone there ever. We didn't know anyone, but they were so happy to see us. One of my mum's good friends was there, and she kind of told us to come out of the room and go into the main hall where my mum was. And they always start off the like the church service with like singing and prayers. So we snuck into the hall and we were sat on a row of seats, and my mum was just one row in front of us, just with her head down, praying. And I'm going to insert a little clip actually. I'm waffling on too much, but this is the surprise.
Hallelujah. Say hello to somebody, say hello to somebody, say hello to somebody. Give him praise, give him praise.
Hallelujah! 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 Oh, praise God! Praise God! Praise God! Oh, praise God! What is this? What am I seeing? What am I seeing? What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Oh, praise God! Praise God! Praise God! Praise God! Praise God! Oh, hallelujah! What a wonderful day! Oh,
Mom, be careful, Mom. Be careful.
hey, Elijah! Hey, God, very emotional. Hey, my family! What a I don't know what to say. What a big birthday present! I've never, ever seen. Hallelujah! 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 Praise God! Praise God! Praise God! What am I singing?
You're crying.
So kind.
Words cannot say, no gift can express what the Lord has done. But we thank Jesus for his faithfulness.
How emotional was that? I've shown that clip to a few of my friends and none of them could hold the tears back. It was so emotional, as you can see. And Elijah as well was so overcome with emotion. Elijah is my 16-year-old, by the way. And he just doesn't cry, you know, teenagers don't really cry, do they? And I've never seen him react. I mean, you've seen from the clip what his reaction was like. And he just said, I said to him, why were you like that upset? You know, why were you that emotional? I just didn't expect it from him. And he just explained that he's never made anyone that happy before, which is just the sweetest thing ever. And then after the church, my mum wanted to take all of us out just to have a meal in a restaurant. Like, everyone that knows my mum knows she doesn't eat out. She just doesn't eat out. She doesn't trust restaurants. She thinks they're unclean. She thinks they don't cook things very well. She's just one of these people that's just like a very homely person and will like homemade foods. But to my surprise, she was just so happy and so overwhelmed. You know, she thought that her family being there for her birthday was just a gift from God. So she was just so like overwhelmed, and I think she didn't really know what to do with herself. And then she just came out with, I want to take you all out for a meal. Let's all go out to a restaurant and eat. And me and my sister were like, what? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Yay! Come, blow. Oh, lovely. I did quite a big face painting event, the biggest that I've ever done actually. Like, it was a food festival. So for those of you that don't know, I am a face painter. I've done face painting like for the last 10 years or so. I wouldn't say I'm an amazing face painter or anything like that, but you know, people seem to like my work, and I do get the odd booking like now and again, usually just through word of mouth. So I do a lot of kids parties, and I do like school fairs. I don't really advertise my face painting. My face painting just all happens organically. So I'll do one kid's party and a parent will come up to me and say, oh, can I have your business card? And then I'm kind of hired that way. And then we had Halloween, and I did like a private party. Well, it wasn't a party, it was just like a group of like 6 girls, and basically they wanted me to do some face painting for them because they were all going to a Halloween party. So yeah, I did that. Oh god, I haven't said that I don't really want to be doing like all the cooking tutorials and stuff anymore. Not like I did a ton of them in the first place, but the videos that I have done, I found them quite a struggle. You get saucy hands and you get sauce on the tripod and on the camera, and then steam from the cooking, and I do a lot of the filming on my own, so it's very hard to, you know, coordinate all the cooking and, you know, making sure there's enough light, brightness and volume and all that kind of thing. So I'm just going to give that a rest for a while. I'm not saying I'm never doing another cooking video, but I don't want this channel to be predominantly about cooking. And I've got some negativity off a couple of people. Yeah, there were just like some comments like, oh, you don't wash your hands before you cook dinner, which is, I'm always, if I'm cooking my dinner, well, not my dinner, if I'm doing a video, like I'm constantly washing my hands. And I just thought it was just a silly thing to say, because why would I film washing my hands? That's one bit that I'd edit out because it's not necessary to see. So I don't know how the person knew that I didn't wash my hands, and even if I didn't wash my hands, so what? You're gonna eat my food? No. I'm making a video to share with you. So my background is like retail fashion, and that's what I have a big interest in, really. I've always like handmade stuff for Greenwich Market. I handmade small fashion accessories. It was a mishmash of different things. I stopped doing that because just the logistics of like getting the kids to school and stuff. I had to set up market at 8:30. Then my kids had to be at school for the same time, so it just wasn't going to work out. So I soon gave that up, but I've still got like lots of stock and stuff. I mean, I just love my fashion and just show my creativity a bit more on this platform, because it's great to learn stuff. It's just the cooking is not for me anymore. Sorry. I hope you still do stay though. Please still stay subscribed, because I've got a lot more to share with you other than cooking. Also back in June, Eli finished his GCSEs. I think Elijah has done so well considering he's a child that's on the autistic spectrum. For those of you that don't know, Elijah and Ashton are on the autistic spectrum. They've got Aspergers syndrome. So my 16-year-old was diagnosed with Aspergers syndrome when he was 5 years old, so quite a few years ago now. So life is quite challenging for him because, I mean, basically in a nutshell, Asperger's syndrome, or ASD, autistic spectrum disorder, it's a social disability. So Elijah's quite like misunderstood, like in his peer group. I don't know, he just finds things very like difficult and awkward, like timings, like when to interact in a conversation. He's quite often misunderstood. He might say something that's going to offend someone, but then you know, it's like he's got no tact. People that have Asperger's syndrome are quite blatant. They're not very tactful. They just see and say things as they are, and that can often cause offence. But not only that, he has some difficulties with this is quite difficult. I don't know how to explain this, because he hasn't got learning difficulties, or maybe he has, but he does struggle with certain things at school. He is very academic, but if things are not explained to him very clearly with clear instructions, he gets stuck and he can't move on with his schoolwork. But anyway, I'm rambling on a lot. You know, if you do want to know any more about anything about Asperger's syndrome or anything like that, please DM me on my Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram below, or like we can have a little conversation down below. But I don't want to keep talking too much about it, because I don't know, you might not be interested at all. But I just wanted to mention about his struggles with his disabilities, because obviously it affected his GCSEs, and he was really disappointed with his GCSE results. But I'm just so proud of him because I know he struggles, and I think he did better than me than when I was in school. I mean, I left school with nothing. He got 4 GCSEs. He wanted, in sixth form, he wanted to get onto a media course, and he needed 5 GCSEs for that, but he only got the 4. But you know, he's ploughing on, and he still can do this media course. I think to access it, he needs to do a foundation course in I think English and German. I can't exactly remember the subjects, but if he passes this foundation course, then next year he'll be able to start this media course, which is super cool because he's got big dreams. Like, he says he wants to be a film director, and I'm like, wow, well, that's, you know, that's a tall stand. Okay, well, you know, you've got to work really hard for that. So yeah, so that was his GCSEs, and then he had his prom. And again, because of his social disability, I was so worried. You know, we went and got his suit, got him suited and booted. He looked the part. I'll try and leave a picture here somewhere, but he did look the part. So handsome, and I cannot believe that boy came from me. Hey, I suppose I'm going to be biased because I am his mum. I was just a nervous wreck. I know the difficulties he has with socialising, and you know, the prom is one of those things where, you know, boys will be partnered up with girls and kissing and snogging, having a laugh, and I don't know, sneaking in alcohol. I don't know what, you know what it's like to be a teenager. And you know, I just thought, well, Elijah is going to find it hard to participate in all those kind of activities. So I'm up close and personal now. You see my eyebrows and stuff, and my grey hairs, and any imperfections. Where was I? Oh yeah. Also, I went to a festival. It's a drum and bass festival. It's called Boomtown, and it's held in Winchester. This festival was just amazing. I mean, it was quite full on. I mean, drum and bass is quite heavy. So Erin and I were looking into going with the kids as well. So we didn't want to go without the kids. It would be kind of our only holiday this year. It worked out to be like very expensive. So we were in two minds about going. Yeah, when we booked the tickets, we found out that we could pay in installments for the tickets. So that's exactly what we did. And then we bought all our camping gear. We got one of those bell tents, which are so... oh, they're gorgeous. They're really, really nice. My idea was that we were going to do like a bit of glamping. So we'll have this bell tent, and then we'll have these lovely camp beds, and I'll kit it out, and it would look like so beautiful, but it didn't turn out that way. I mean, it could have done, but with 3 children and a messy partner, that just didn't happen at all. It did happen, but you know, it wasn't so as glamorous or as, you know, as glamping is supposed to be. We didn't tell our friends. We couldn't tell our friends at first because we didn't know if we would be able to pay the balance off. We just kept quiet. When we realised that we could pay the balance off, we just thought, we'll just keep it to ourselves. Wouldn't it be an amazing surprise just to like turn up? We had to make a plan. We thought, how are we going to meet up with a bunch of like 20 people in a festival that has hundreds of thousands of people there? Like, how are we going to do that? It's going to be like finding a needle in a haystack. So what Aaron had to do is speak to one of his mates that was going. He had to confide in one person, not to say anything. We had his mate's number, and it was just the question of when we got to the festival that we just had to keep contacting each other and hope that we wouldn't bump into any of the friends before. And I will be uploading a video of the Boomtown Festival, and it might not be to all of your tastes, but you know, I just thought it'd be a really nice thing to document. And I mean, we didn't know much about Boomtown Festival, and we'd been watching like videos on YouTube just to get an idea, a sense of what the festival is like.
Something I can't get out. And I don't even care, no, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around, wow. Yeah. Where do we go? Everything feels like it just stays the same. Where do we go from here when everything is said and done? Where do we go when everything...
4 weeks ago, I went to a gig with one of my old school friends. It was a Little Dragon gig. The lead singer, she is just my girl crush. She was just mesmerising on stage. I'm going to insert a little clip now. There you have it. That's what I've been up to in the last 6 months. That's your lot, really. I just wanted to make this video before I start regularly uploading again, because I just didn't want to just come back like after so long. I felt like, you know, that we needed to have a little bit of interaction. Sorry about my shaky camera work. I'm just holding this up with my hand. My hand is getting really tired now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me, let's have a little chat. Tell me about what you've been up to over the last 6 months or so. I'd love to hear your stories, if anything amazing has happened to any of you. Any marriages, any babies, anything like that. That would be nice to hear. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.